G'day all, this is King Arthur. This is the Jesus of the Rosary. Revelation 19:11-16. And I saw the heaven opened, and look, a white horse, and the one seated upon it called Faithful and True, and he judges and carries on war in righteousness. His eyes are a fiery flame, and upon his head are many diadems. He has a name written that no one knows but he himself, and he is arrayed with an outer garment sprinkled with blood, and the name he is called is the Word of God. Also, the armies that were in heaven were following him on white horses, and they were clothed in white, clean, fine linen, and out of his mouth there protrudes a sharp, long sword, that he may strike the nations with it, and he will shepherd them with a rod of iron. He treads too the winepress of the anger of the wrath of God, the Almighty, and upon his outer garment, even upon his thigh, he has a name written, King of Kings, Lord of Lords. This is the Jesus of the Rosary, and who comes to the rescue of the poor, watered-down Catholics, saying the Rosary, out in the desert, protected from the Antichrist at the Battle of Armageddon. There, although there's not many left, their prayers bring about the end of the Antichrist and his false prophet. You don't need to wait for this to happen before that Jesus can come to your rescue. And I've really been blessed in the Catholic Church. I've seen a number of Catholics speak who have had this Jesus rescue them. These include Alan Ames and John Pridmore, the ex-gangster. It's quite interesting that in all the Catholic Bibles, including the Douay-Rheims, the word righteousness has been removed and replaced by the word justice. Now this is a classic Catholic watering down, and the incomplete Protestant Bibles actually have the correct translation, which I just read to you. And Alan Ames and John Pridmore were saved by this Jesus in Revelation 19:11-16, and they follow a pretty predictable path of a mother saying the Rosary over a long period of time, persisting in prayer faithfully, and in the end Jesus shows up. And this is the Revelation 19:11-16 Jesus, and when this Jesus shows up, it's pretty much the end of the enemy. And the testimonies of Alan Ames and John Pridmore are just amazing. And there's been many others. Probably you could put me in the same basket, having my mother saying the Rosary over a long period of time to bring me back into the Catholic faith. But there's no greater shame in warfare than to be defeated by a woman. And that is what Jesus is doing to the enemy. And he's defeating the enemy via the intercession of his mother, a woman. And the principal spirit that his mother is battling against is, of course, the spirit of perversion, which includes the spirit of gay, obviously. And any kind of perversion that perverts from the truth is a spirit of perversion. And that's basically the key here. Most Catholics, when they meditate on the Rosary, it's a merciful Jesus. Nothing wrong with it, except that in most cases, to receive his mercy, you first need Jesus as the warrior, coming to kick the enemy out, deliver you, and then you can ask for his mercy. So the watering down in the Catholic Church via the perverse spirit is really designed to direct those who say the Rosary to meditate on a merciful Jesus and deflect away from this warring Jesus in Revelation 19, 11, 16. You can really start to move in great power with the Rosary simply by meditating on this Jesus. And it's a Jesus that comes victorious, but he's also a judges with righteousness, and the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords. And that's really the essence of this short video, and I hope it's useful to you that say the Rosary, that you may begin to say it with a bit more vigor when you know the true Jesus behind the Rosary. And certainly when Father John Chandler used to do exorcisms, he used to take the Rosary and throw it over a person and the demons would manifest. The Jesus that came to his rescue was the Jesus from Revelation 19, 11, 16. It's a wonderful treasure to tap into the Rosary, in particular the fullness of the Rosary. The amazing thing about the Rosary, even if you're meditating on a merciful Jesus, even if you've been sucked into the mercy prayer and all the other watering down prayers, if you persist to the end, you will be successful. Unfortunately, that normally means that we end up with just a remnant rather than the whole church going into the kingdom. Unfortunately. But this Jesus, this is the Jesus that comes at the Battle of Armageddon and is brought about by those saying the Rosary. And that's the message.